Baik, Assalamualaikum dan selamat pagi. Bagi yang beragama Islam, kita mulakan dengan surah Al-Fatihah. Baik, pada pagi ini kita sambung sikit lagi berkaitan dengan MRP. Kita akan bincangkan, tak salah saya, kita akan ada lagi 2 teknik yang kita akan bincangkan. Baik. We continue our discussion on the lot sizing technique under the MRP, Material Requirement Planning. And for this morning class, we start with the Silvermill algorithm, which is a heuristic lot sizing algorithm that based on the least period cost. In this approach, we determine the average cost per period as the number of period in replenishment order is increased. So we need to find where the increment has been occur during the analyzing. So as a guideline for us in analyze the cost relate to the holding cost. And a replacement is planned when the average cost per period first increase and the replenishment period is reinitialized and the procedure is repeat until lot size are derived from the entire time horizon. So okay, let me see how the Silvermill algorithm works to determine the order quantity in the developing the MRP table. Okay, let's say here we have information about the item that need to be planned. The unit purchase cost for the item is 50 ringgit and the ordering cost per order is 100 ringgit and the holding cost fraction per period of 0.02 or 2 cent. Determine the order quantities by Silvermill algorithm from the demand given below. Assume the initial inventory is 0 at the beginning of period 1. So in this example, provide the information about the purchase cost, ordering cost, and holding cost fraction per period. And also given about the gross requirement for the item from period 1 to period 6. So at first we need to develop this table. We need to develop this table. So this is the example. How do we calculate the order quantity under the Silvermill lot sizing technique? We start with the period 1. So we need to have a numbers of column here. Period. About the period, the T is referred to what we have T here. T is time supply of the replenishment period, and C is ordering cost, H is holding cost fraction, P is unit price, and TRC is total relevant cost, and RK is demand rate in period K. So based on this data, we need to develop first the table to analyze the Silvermill algorithm. we have period, the supply of the time, the supply of what we have here, the time supply for the replenishment, and we have the P is the unit price, H is the holding cost fraction, and RT here we have the demand. So we need to develop this table first. We start with the period 1. We start with the period 1. Let's say in the we missing about the where is the table here we have. Sorry. Okay, so we have a MRP table here. So we need to fill in the information about the gross requirement that we have in this slide 75,033,28. $75,033,28. So we have already here the gross requirement 75, 0, 33, 28, 0, and 10. So we have information about holding cost 0.02 cent per period, and the setup cost is 100, and lead time we estimate 1 week or 1 period. And we also have information about the unit price. Unit price is at 50 ringgit, right? So to start analyzing the order quantity under the silver mill, so we assume that we don't have any inventory projected on hand inventory. So we need to determine what is the order quantity for the period 1. So here we have 75. So in order to plan order receipt here, we have to develop this table starting with the period 1, and the T is equal to 1, and the demand for the RT is 75 according to the gross requirement in period 1. So the next we have the incremental holding cost, where the price multiply with the fraction holding cost here. So the price per unit is 50 ringgit, multiply with the fraction of holding cost 0.02, and multiply with the T minus by 1. So T here minus by 1, so we have 0, and multiply with the RT, the demand in the gross requirement, 75. So here we have the incremental holding cost is 0. And also the cumulative holding cost also will be 0. And the TRC, the total relevant cost over the T period. So we have here C plus with the column 5. So C here plus with the holding cost here, we have 100. So 100 in the last column here, 100 divided by T. So T here is equal to 1. So 100 divided by 1, we have 100. So next, we do the analysis on the second period. So in the second period, we put here period 2, and the T will be also 2, and the demand RT based on the gross requirement is 0. So we have here 50 multiply with 0.02 multiply with 1 multiply with 0. So we also have a 0 value here for the incremental holding cost, and the cumulative holding cost is 0 plus 0. So we have 0 here. And for the total relevant cost, 100 divided by 2, 100 here, in the last column, 100 divided by 2. So we have 50 ringgit here, value for the total relevant cost divided by the supply of over the time. And this, and at the last column here, we see the total relevant cost is decreasing, right? So the total relevant cost decreasing, it signal to us to include more period in our analysis. More period in our analysis. So we put the third period here in our analysis, and the T here will become a 3, and the demand RT here will be 33 based on this gross requirement in period T. In period 3, we have 33. So we put here 33. And for the incremental holding cost, 50 ringgit multiply with 0.02 multiply with 2. How do we get 2 here? Based on this formula, T minus by 1. So we have T here is equal to 3 minus by 1. So we have value 2 here. And multiply with 33, the value of demand in the column RT here. So we have 66 ringgit for the incremental holding cost. And the cumulative holding cost here, we have 66 plus 0 here. So we have 66. And for the TRC, total relevant cost over the time supply here, 100 plus 66. So we have 166. And 166 divide by value of T here. Value of T here we have equal to 3. So 166 divided by 3, we have 55.33. At the last column here, and at the period 3 here, we can see the total relevant cost over the T divided by T show the incremental of cost, the incremental of average cost here. So we have the increment from 50 ringgit to 55 ringgit 33 cent. So this also signal us that if we include more period in our analysis, the cost, the average cost also, the total relevant average cost also will be increased. So we stop include more period in our analysis at period 3. So based on this analysis, we show that the 50 ringgit is the lowest total relevant cost, the average total relevant cost. So we assume that we're going to determine the order quantity based on the gross requirement for the period 1 and the period 2 here. For the period 1 and the period 2 here. So for the gross requirement in period 1 and period 2 here, we have 75 plus 0. So we put here the value plan order receipt here will be 75. And we have here the lead time. So the plan order release will be 75 in the previous period. So let me see for the next period here. So we stop the order quantity for the period 1 and period 2. So the next period to be analyzed starting with the period 3. So starting with the period 3, we have a gross requirement of 33 unit and the net requirement will be 33 here. So we need to determine what is the plan order receipt quantity here using the simple meal algorithm. So starting with the period 3 here and the T for the supply. Oops. And the T here will be equal to 1. And the demand RT based on the period 3 here is 33. 33. So 50 multiplied with 0.02 multiply with 0. How do we get the 0? T minus by 1. So T here minus by 1. 1 minus by 1. So we have 0. Multiply with 33. The quantity in the period 3 demand RT here. So we have 0. And the cumulative holding cost also will be 0. And the total relevant cost over the T period is 100. And average total relevant cost over the T period is 100 divided by 1. So the T value is here is 1. So we have 100 divided by 1. So we have also 100. And next we analyze by include the period 4 here. For the period 4, we have the gross requirement of 28 unit. So T will be equal to 2. And the demand RT here we have 28. And 50 ringgit multiplied with 0.02 multiplied with 1. Where the T is equal to 2 minus by 1. So we have 1 here. And multiply with the value of the quantity of gross requirement of 28. So we have the incremental holding cost of 28. So the cumulative holding cost 28 plus with 0, so we have 28 here. So the total relevant cost over the T period is 100 plus 28, we have 128, and 128, to get the average value for the total relevant cost, we divide the by T here, the value of T. The value of T here is 2, so 128 divided by 2, we have 64 ringgit. So it shows that the average total relevant cost here is decreasing. So we include more period in our analysis. So we include period 5 here. The period 5 with the T value of 3, and the demand for the gross requirement in period 5 is 0. So we have the information here. Period 5 here, we have 0. So we put here 0. So 50 multiplied with 0.02 multiplied with 2 multiplied with 0. So we have 0. And the cumulative holding cost also we may maintain at 28, where 0 plus with the 28, we have 28. And the total relevant cost will be 128. We maintain at 128. And 128 divided by 3, we have 42.67. This also show that the average total relevant cost is decreasing. So we include more period in our analysis, with the period 6 that have a gross requirement of 10 unit, and 50 multiplied with 0.02 multiplied with 3 and multiplied with 10. So we have the incremental holding cost of 30 ringgit. 30 ringgit plus with 28, the cumulative holding cost. So we have the new cumulative holding cost at the in the T value of 4 is 58. So the total relevant cost will be 128 plus 50. Sorry. So the total relevant cost here will be 158. Sorry. Macam ada kesilapan kat sini. Sekejap ya. Saya tengok. 128. Yeah, okay. So we have here 158, where the ordering cost 100 plus the cumulative holding cost, we have 158, and 158 divided by T, value of T here is 4, so we have 39.5. So this value also show the decreasing value of average total relevant cost. So we can add more gross requirement, the next gross requirement in our planning, but based on the information, we only have the gross requirement until the period 6. So in our analysis here, the example analysis here, we stop at the period 6 with the T value of 4, and we decide to determine the order quantity by include the period 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we have here 33 plus 28 plus 10. So we have 38, 60, 71. So we have here 71 unit. And at the end of period 3, we have 38. So we finish our silver meal algorithm in determine the quantity for the MRP table. So any question for the silver meal algorithm technique, lot sizing technique, before we proceed to the next lot sizing technique, heuristic least cost. Okay, boleh faham tak macam mana nak buat? Simple je sebenarnya. Okay, saya ulang sekali lagi. Okay, we have information here about our planning for the item. Jadi dia provide kat sini unit price RM50, ordering cost 100, pecahan bagi holding cost untuk setiap tempoh masa iaitu 2 sen, dan lead time dia tak bagi maklumat kat sini, jadi kita assume saja sebagai satu tempoh masa. Jadi kita perlu bangunkan table ini untuk memudahkan kita membuat analisis, iaitu ada maklumat berkaitan dengan period, kita ada maklumat berkaitan dengan supply, time, dan kita ada maklumat berkaitan dengan demand yang berlaku pada period tersebut, iaitu demand pada gross requirement, dan kita perlu ada kolom untuk mengira peningkatan di dalam holding cost, dan kita ada maklumat berkaitan dengan cumulative holding cost, dan kita ada maklumat berkaitan dengan total relevant cost, iaitu ordering cost ataupun setup cost ditambahkan dengan cumulative holding cost. Dan kolom terakhir kita mempunyai average bagi total relevant cost. Jadi untuk memulakan, kita akan lihat pada period yang pertama, iaitu gross requirement kita ada sebanyak RM75. Jadi oleh kerana inventory di tangan tidak ada, maka net requirement kita akan letak sebagai 75. Jadi untuk tentukan berapakah kuantiti yang perlu kita pesan, kita akan gunakan pendekatan silver meal algorithm. Kita mulakan dengan period yang pertama pada tempoh masa yang tak cukup. Jadi period yang pertama tersebut dia akan jadi T bersamaan dengan 1. Demand RT ini kita rujuk kepada period pertama. Period yang pertama menunjukkan bahawa terdapat 75 unit, kan? 75 unit. Jadi kita masukkan 75 unit. Incremental cost iaitu 50 adalah unit price yang diberi maklumat di sini. Kita tengok unit price adalah RM50. Dan 0.02 adalah H di sini adalah holding cost, dan 0 di sini adalah hasil daripada supply time here minus by 1, kan, dia tolak dengan 1. Jadi kita akan dapat 0 lah. RT adalah demand pada period yang kita nak analyze tersebut, iaitu 75. Jadi oleh kerana ada value 0 di sini, secara automatik dia akan dapat 0 lah kat sini, kan. Cumulative holding cost, oleh kerana di sini 0, maka di sini juga akan jadi 0. Total relevant cost iaitu 0 tambahkan dengan setup cost ataupun kita sebut sebagai ordering cost, iaitu 100, kan. Kita tengok dalam maklumat ni dia bagi ordering cost per order adalah 100, kan. So jadi nilai dia adalah 100 tambah 0, jadi kita dapat 100. Kemudian untuk average total relevant cost ya 100 bahagikan dengan nilai T di sini 1, maka kita dapat 100 juga. Kemudian kita akan buat penambahan period di sini untuk melihat adakah akan berlaku peningkatan average total relevant cost. Jadi kita masukkan period yang kedua. Oleh kerana period yang kedua T dia adalah demand dia adalah gross requirement dia adalah kosong, maka holding cost di sini juga akan jadi kosong, kan? Cumulative holding cost juga akan jadi kosong. Dan kita tetap akan kekal total relevant cost iaitu nilai bagi ordering cost kita iaitu 100, kan? Kita akan kekal pada nilai 100. Buat andaian kita akan buat pemesanan 75 unit pada berdasarkan period yang pertama tu. Jadi kita kekalkan 100. 100 bahagikan dengan 2 tempoh masa di sini untuk dapatkan nilai average. Jadi kita akan dapat secara puratanya adalah 50, kan? Jadi kita nampak penurunan di dalam average total relevant cost di sini. Oleh kerana berlaku penurunan, kita akan tambah lagi gross requirement, jumlah kuantiti gross requirement untuk melihat adakah ianya berlaku penurunan lagi. Sekiranya berlaku penurunan, kita akan include kuantiti tersebut di dalam sebagai kuantiti pesanan. Jadi period yang ketiga, gross requirement dia adalah 33 dan incremental cost dia kita akan perolehi bersamaan dengan 66 iaitu ordering cost darabkan dengan holding cost darabkan 2 iaitu T tolak 1 kita dapat 2 darabkan dengan gross requirement 33 jadi kita akan dapat RM66. Cumulative holding cost kita akan dapat RM66. Sebab apa? Sebab kita hold inventory kita satu tempoh masa, kan? Kita akan hold inventory kita satu tempoh masa yang nilai kos dia adalah RM66. Baik. Kemudian total relevant cost ya, kita tengok ordering cost adalah 100, maka 100 darabkan dengan 66, jadi kita akan dapat 166, kan? Yang ni tak 100 tu kekal lah, kan? Jadi 100 darabkan dengan tambahkan dengan 66, kita dapat 166. 166 kita akan bahagikan nilai dengan T tersebut untuk dapatkan purata. Jadi kita akan dapat 55.33. 55.3 ini menunjukkan terdapat peningkatan secara purata bagi kos tersebut. Jadi kalau kita tambahkan lagi period untuk menentukan kuantiti pesanan, kita berandaian bahawa kos akan lagi meningkat. Jadi kita akan hentikan analisis kita sampai pada period yang ketiga sahaja dan kita akan menentukan kuantiti pesanan kita, tempoh masa kuantiti pesanan kita berdasarkan average total relevant cost yang terendah. Average total relevant cost yang terendah di sini adalah pada RM50. Maka kuantiti pesanan yang akan kita include adalah gross requirement pada period 1 dan 2 sahaja. Oleh kerana pada period yang kedua itu nilai gross requirement-nya adalah kosong, maka kita hanya include period yang kuantiti period yang pertama iaitu 75, kan? Jadi kita masukkan 75 di sini. Okey. Jadi kita selesaikan sampai pada period yang kedua. Pada period yang ketiga, net requirement kita akan jadi 33 oleh kerana kita tidak mempunyai sebarang inventory di tangan. Jadi kita akan start semula analisis yang mana mulakan dengan period yang ketiga. Dan T di situ adalah 1, kan? Kita start dengan period yang ketiga dan analisis kita akan bermula pada period 1 lah. Sebagai 1 kita tandakan. Kemudian demand untuk gross requirement pada period yang ketiga adalah 33. Jadi untuk incremental cost kita, oleh kerana kita tidak akan memegang sebarang inventory, jadi incremental cost di sini akan jadi kosong lah. Jadi cumulative holding cost juga akan jadi kosong dan total relevant cost di sini hanya ada ordering cost sahaja, kan? Sebab holding cost ini adalah kosong, jadi kekal pada RM100 iaitu holding cost, ordering cost kita. Jadi total relevant cost iaitu 100 tadi bahagikan dengan 1 kita akan dapat 100 juga. Jadi kita includekan lagi period 4 di dalam perancangan kita. Jadi dalam period yang keempat gross requirement-nya adalah RM28 untuk gross requirement RM28, 28 unit. Untuk gross requirement 28 unit, kita akan dapati incremental holding cost kita, peningkatan holding cost kita menjadi 28. Maka cumulative holding cost juga akan ada value di sini sebanyak 28, iaitu 28 tambahkan dengan kosong, kita dapat 28 juga. Jadi 28 tambahkan dengan ordering cost 100, jadi kita akan dapat 128 juga. Dan 128 ini kita akan bahagikan dengan nilai 2 tempoh masa untuk dapatkan nilai average. Jadi kita akan dapat RM64. Jadi berlaku penurunan kan. Bila berlaku penurunan, kita perlu tambah lagi period dalam analisis kita, iaitu period yang kelima kan. Period yang kelima kita akan dapat di sini period yang kelima gross requirement-nya adalah kosong. Dan kita akan dapat incremental holding cost dengan memasukkan period yang kelima masih lagi kosong, dan cumulative holding cost kekal pada RM28 dan total relevant cost juga akan kekal pada 128, dan kita akan bahagikan dengan 3 tempoh masa, jadi kita akan dapat RM42.67. Berlaku lagi penurunan, jadi kita include lagi period sampai period yang ke-6 dan kita ulangi proses tersebut dan kita lihat adakah ianya berlaku penurunan. Dalam kes ni dia berlaku penurunan daripada 42 hingga 39. Jadi dalam kuantiti pesanan kita akan include period 3, 4, 5, 6 untuk menentukan kuantiti pesanan. Andai kata pada period ke-6 ini berlaku peningkatan, kan? Berlaku peningkatan. Boleh saya edit tak yang ni? Okey, katakanlah di sini dia berlaku peningkatan. Katakanlah dia jadi di sini 43, kan? Bila jadi 43, ini menunjukkan bahawa berlaku peningkatan purata bagi total relevant cost di sini. Maksudnya kita perlu apabila berlaku peningkatan kos di sini, kita perlu katakanlah di sini kita tengok berlaku peningkatan kos, kan? Bila berlaku peningkatan kos, maksudnya kita perlu hentikan analisis kita untuk menambah lagi bilangan period gross requirement. Maka kita akan buat keputusan hanya akan memasukkan kuantiti pesanan berdasarkan period 3, 4 dan 5 sahaja. Pada period 3, 4 dan 5 ada 33 unit tambah dengan 28 unit iaitu 61 unit. Jadi kita hanya memesan 61 unit sekiranya berlaku peningkatan. Sebagai contoh saya buat kat sini lah, kan. Bila kita include period yang ke-6 berlaku peningkatan, maka kita akan hentikan. Okey. Boleh faham untuk Silvermean algorithm sebelum kita teruskan kepada teknik yang lain. Boleh ya? Ada lagi contoh ni, nanti kamu boleh tengok sendirilah. Cuba-cuba buat, kan. Okey. Lot sizing teknik yang seterusnya, list unit cost. List unit cost. Maklumat data yang sama yang kita gunakan, kan, data yang sama, unit cost, unit cost dia adalah RM50, ordering cost dia adalah 100 dan holding cost dia adalah 2 sen, dan kita ada gross requirement period 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dan 6, dan dengan kuantiti gross requirement sebanyak 75, 33, 28 dan 10. Baik, dalam list unit cost kita perlukan table juga untuk kita memudahkan kita untuk membuat analisis. Untuk memudahkan kita membuat analisis. Kaedah yang sama kita gunakan, kan? Kaedah yang sama kita gunakan. Bezanya di sini, untuk list unit cost, kita tak bahagikan dengan tempoh masa, tetapi kita bahagikan dengan cumulative demand. Kita bahagikan dengan cumulative demand. Baik, macam mana kita dapat? Kita perlu menambah satu lagi kolom, iaitu untuk mendapatkan nilai cumulative demand di sini, kan? Untuk mendapatkan cumulative demand di sini, maka di sini kita akan, saya copy dulu yang ni. Tak boleh copy yang ni, kita copy yang atas tadi. Okay, so we have list unit cost for the lot sizing technique here. Based on the same example of input that we have in the previous example about the silver meal algorithm, the holding cost is RM2 per period. The setup cost or ordering cost is 100. We assume that lead time is 1 week, and the unit price is RM50. So for the first period, since we don't have any projected on-hand inventory, so the net requirement will be 75, and we need to determine the plan order receipt here based on the list unit cost, right? Based on the list unit cost. So according to list unit cost, the total relevant cost need to divide by cumulative demand. Need to divide by cumulative demand. So we need to add another column here for the cumulative demand. So we start with the period 1 with the T value of equal to 1, and the gross requirement in period 1 is 75. So the cumulative demand here will be also 75, and the incremental holding cost, the same process that we determine the incremental holding cost in the silver meal algorithm. So we have 0 here. The cumulative holding cost also will be 0, and the total relevant cost here we have 100. That we only have the ordering cost of 100 ringgit. So 100 divided by 75. 100 divided by the gross requirement quantity for the period 1. So we have 75 here. 100 divided by 75. We have the average total relevant cost per unit at 1 ringgit 33 cent. 1 ringgit 33 cent. So we include another period in our planning with the period 2 the demand, the gross requirement for the period 2 is 0, and the cumulative demand we maintain at 75, where 75 in the previous period plus with the current period 2, so we have 75 here. And the incremental holding cost also maintained at 0, and the cumulative holding cost also maintained at 0, and the total relevant cost also we have 100 ringgit. 100 ringgit divided by cumulative demand here 75, so we maintain at 1 ringgit 33 cent. And because there is no increment or decrease in the there are no increment in the total relevant cost per unit, so we include more period in our analysis. With the period 3 here, we have gross requirement of 33. Because of gross requirement in period 3, we have 33. So we have a new cumulative demand at 108, where 75 in the previous cumulative demand here, 75 plus 33. So we have 108. And the incremental holding cost here, we have 66. And the cumulative holding cost also we have 66, where the 66 plus 0 in the previous cumulative holding cost. And for total relevant cost here, 100 ordering cost for the planning plus with the 60 ringgit of the cumulative holding cost. So we have a new total relevant cost here 166, and divide by unit in the cumulative demand here 108, so we have here 1 ringgit 54 cent. So in this case, show that there is increment in the total relevant cost per unit. So we stop to include more period in our analysis at the period 3. So we determine that the order quantity only include the period 1 and period 2. For the period 1 and period 2, we have the total quantity of gross requirement of 75. 75 plus 0, so we have 75. So we decide here to have a quantity plan order receipt with the 75, 0, and 0. So next, in the period 3, we have net requirement of 33. So what is the plan order receipt here? Back to the table of list unit cost. Start with the period 3 with the demand of gross requirement at 33 unit, and the cumulative demand is 33, and the incremental holding cost, the same procedure that we use to determine the incremental holding cost. So we have 0. The cumulative holding cost here we have also 0, and the total relevant cost here only we have a ordering cost of 100 ringgit. So 100 divided by 33, so we have 3 ringgit 3 cent for the total relevant cost per unit. So we include more period in our analysis with period 4. Period 4, the gross requirement is 28. So we have a new cumulative demand with 61, where the 33 plus 28, we have 61. So also we have an incremental holding cost here at 28 ringgit, where 50 multiplied with 0.02 or 50 ringgit multiplied with 2 cents, multiply with 1, multiply with 28. So we have 28 here. And the cumulative holding cost, we have 28 ringgit. And for the total relevant cost here, so the total relevant cost here, we have 128. where the ordering cost 100 plus 28 ringgit of holding cumulative holding cost. So 128 divided by cumulative demand here. Cumulative demand here we have 61. So we have 2 ringgit 10 cent here. So the value for the total relevant cost per unit is decreasing. So we include more period in our analysis by period 5 here. Period 5 here we have zero gross requirement, and the incremental holding cost also will be zero, and the cumulative holding cost maintained at 28 ringgit, and also for the total relevant cost 128, and 128 divided by the cumulative demand at 61, so we maintain at 2 ringgit 10 cent. So we include more period of period 6 here, where the gross requirement is 10 unit, and the cumulative demand increased to 71, and the incremental holding cost also will be 30 ringgit with the cumulative holding cost of 58, where the 28 plus 30 ringgit here we have 58, and 58 plus the ordering cost of 100, so we have 158. 158 divided by cumulative demand 71, so we have 2 ringgit 22 cent. So at this level we show that the total relevant cost per unit has been increased to 2 ringgit 20 cent from 2 ringgit 10 cent. So we stop to include more period in our analysis. So we decide only include the order quantity for the period 3, 4, and 5. For the order quantity of period 3, 4, 5 will be 61 based on the cumulative demand in the for the row of period 5 here, we have 61. So we put here 61 unit. So we have here 28 at the end of period 3. And at the end of period 4, we have 0. And also 5 will be 0. Since the period 6 is only we have a last period to be analyzed, so we just put here 10 unit, and this will be also 10 unit, and here we have a 10 unit, and so we complete our MRP with the least unit cost by determine the order quantity based on the total relevant cost per unit. Total relevant cost per unit. So the only difference between the Silvermeal algorithm and least unit cost here, in the least unit cost, we have we need to divide the total relevant cost with the cumulative demand. Cumulative demand or cumulative gross requirement. Compared to the Silvermeal algorithm, we divide by number of period. We divide by number of period in the Silvermeal algorithm. So, any question for the least unit cost? So we have also another example about the least unit cost here. You can have a self-learning about the least unit cost. Okay. Do you have any question? Do you have any question? Ada soalan tak? Okey, kalau tidak ada, saya rasa kelas kita sampai di sini saja. Slide yang seterusnya tu saya minta kamu study sendirilah, boleh? Boleh kamu study sendiri tak slide yang last tu? Slide yang last ni banyak repetitif daripada apa nama? Repetitif daripada production operation management sahaja. Kan? Dia cuma bagi penerangan tentang output daripada MRP system. Sama ada dalam bentuk arahan kerja, reschedule notice ataupun plan order release, kan? Boleh? Okey. Itu saja untuk kelas kita pada hari ini. Saya nak ingatkan, ya. Oh, tentu sekali. Ada kira-kira juga. Ada pengiraan juga untuk esok. Ada 40 soalan. Okey. Saya nak ingatkan, bagi yang ada masalah internet connection, tolong maklumkan kepada saya. Bukanlah maklumkan pada esok tu. Pada hari ni lah seboleh-bolehnya. Kan? Supaya saya boleh ambil tindakan selanjutnya. Apa yang perlu saya buat. Dan sekiranya kamu juga semasa menjawab kuis pada esok hari, terdapat masalah internet connection, boleh juga beritahu. Jadi ada dua kumpulan lah. Memang kumpulan yang pertama, memang sejak daripada awal lagi ada masalah internet connection. Kumpulan yang kedua, ada masalah internet connection semasa menjawab. Kan? Tolong maklumkan kepada saya lah. Okey? Apa lagi soalan kamu nak tanya berkaitan dengan kelas hari ini ataupun untuk kuis esok?